Welcome to week number 5, starting it off. Let's see, for this week, let's go back and touch a little bit on the discussions. Firewall comparison is what a lot of people chose this week. Good job in doing that and comparing the firewalls. There was a few questions about the firewalls. Looks like they got fairly well answered. The firewalls themselves, they usually come with some sort of licensing. Whether you're getting a Cisco license to run it, a SonicWall license to run it, they all require some licensing to enable features. And by then, even some companies give you features a la carte. So say like we just did the K9 lab that blocked certain websites, we can actually use the firewall to do that process, and that would be like an additional feature that you'd pay you pay more money for to just get that one feature. Filtering MAC addresses on the inside, that would be another feature for those. If we look at the Meraki stuff, Cisco Meraki gives you all the features, but then it requires a license for you to actually keep the device up to date and current. So that's why you buy the license. It gives you all the features at once, but then you have to pay the license every, 1, 3, 5, 10 years. What else is there? There's Ruckus Firewall. That one is, those are unique. The Ruckus Firewall itself, you do the same thing. You buy the license, and then you use you have to pay for one central management license to manage the devices remotely. Those are actually kind of cool. Those are how the Ruckus ones work. And it looks like when I was kind of reading through it, and you could probably tell me if I'm wrong, I'll put a post up. Cisco Palo Alto, yeah. Remember, those are all hardware firewalls. 3 network firewalls, yeah. But remember, you have a firewall in the front, which gives you some security. Let me look at that picture. You have some firewalls in the front, then you allow your traffic to flow all the way through to the host, and then you also have a firewall on the host securing that guy up. So kind of double firewalls, just to give you more protection. And that was pretty good discussion. Let's see. Oh, there was some issue. Oh, that's I want to cover too. There was some issue with the lab 4 or 6.2. They changed the number on lab 6.2. It is 14.2 now, so we'll actually do that lab in chapter 14. Same exact lab. They just moved it to chapter 14. Kind of weird. I didn't know they had access to do that, but things we always learn. All right, content. This week we're going to learn 5. We only have 5 weeks left. Let's hit on that. 5 weeks after this week. Make sure you have Kaplan. Make sure that you're doing the Dropbox for Kaplan, and let me get it up on this screen. Assignments. So make sure you're submitting the Kaplan, that you have access to Kaplan right here. And once again, go online, FRC or the frontrange.edu, go to the Larimer Campus Bookstore. When you order the 180-day, look for 180-day, and that should bring up the Kaplan, but it's listed under Mr. Rout's A+ class for this semester. But just be aware that it is for every class. It's just a universal code that has access to all of Kaplan's testing, pre-test software, and we want to use it for the SYO 501 test. Taylor Rowley is the best contact for that. Going back to security, then our main page. Once again, if you email her, it might take it's going to take longer. If you do call her and then use her extension right here at these times, between these times, she's very easy to get a hold of and does it in about sets up your account, and roughly about 10 minutes is that I keep on hearing. So heading into week 5, we go into chapter 7 and 8, administering a secure network, and then chapter 8 is wireless network security. Chapter 8 will have a lab in it that it has a lab in it that requires a wireless adapter. If you can't do it, just mark you don't have a wireless adapter at home. That may be something you want to look into in the future, especially when if security is like your passion. Setting up a virtual machine of Kali Linux, you can actually have that version of Kali use the wireless network adapter and help you scan for wireless networks, help to do pen testing through wireless. And they're usually only about $25. I think you can find a Netgear one for less than that. But it's something that you probably want to look into buying just for your future use. And maybe even just printing off the lab, taking a screenshot and printing off the lab so you can do the lab in your own time. But that is in Chapter 8, Wireless Security Lab. Our next test is this weekend, or I should say not this weekend. Our next test will be this week. Make sure you prepare for that. Lost my train of thought there. Make sure you prepare for that. It'll end Tuesday at midnight. Great job on the discussions, though. I will start grading things today, and then I'll make that. Hopefully, I'll refresh that post about the Kaplan, so everybody starts getting on that. It usually takes about 4 weeks to actually get it of rehearsal. I would say if you're doing it a couple times a week, about 4 weeks, you'll definitely get over a 70, and that'll bring all those test scores up, so you're able to get a higher grade than you wanted. Very, very important to make sure you are going back, doing those lab simulations, those quizzes, the discussions. You make sure you're getting all those points. If you still have some outstanding projects, make sure to get those in also. Once again, everything is due. Let's see, August the 8th is the last day of class, so make sure to get everything in August the 8th, because I have to turn in grades that Thursday. And I think that's it for this week. Good job. I'm still kind of recouping from vacation. Make sure to get those projects in, those past assignments in, and I think we're still on a good track. Make sure you're working on that Kaplan, though. Keep on hammering on that Kaplan. I can't stress out enough, because that is actually a test score also, so if you don't get that in, it does mark against you. And simply drop those in the, somebody already did it. So somebody already submitted their Kaplan Access. Once you get 70 or above, remember to do that selfie, that picture, that screen capture, anything that will show me proof of that score, and submit it in the Kaplan Dropbox. The security policy we'll work on later. That's like usually a 2+ page assignment, depending on how thorough you go. Each student always does a little bit different from the other students, so that's always interesting to use. And that's the end of this video.